people enjoy what they do, it becomes why they do it. Call Trilogy today at 954 689 6660 and ask for more information. In addition to offering the standard mix of services, SN, PT, OT, speech, MSW, and HHA, we also take great pride in being on the cutting edge and offering care and education to our licensed clinicians in other areas most agencies likely don't offer. Emotional and behavioral health with our psych nursing, biofeedback for bladder incontinence and pelvic pain, chemotherapy, IV hydration, antibiotic and respiratory therapy. Call today at 954 689 6660. Trilogy Home Care.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Welcome to your Hometown Health Show, brought to you by Triology Home Healthcare, the industry leader with over 30 years of experience in providing home healthcare services such as skilled nursing, physical and occupational therapy, home health aides, and other specialized care to your homes throughout the state. Please tune in every other week as we bring you a range of good information from specialists in the field to help make you more informed and living healthy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome.
We're still waiting for Pascal.
Yes, we're still waiting, but good evening, everyone, and welcome to your Hometown Health Show. I'm Yolanda Santana, IT consultant with Allbits Tech, and your host for the evening. We have Liza May from Triology Home Health. Welcome, Liza.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. And yourself?
I am good. Trying to stay safe at home. How about you?
Same here. Definitely trying to stay safe at home. So I wanted to let everyone know you can watch us on AMP2 TV, and we're also on 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, 96.9 FM, and 103.9 FM. Good evening, everyone. Our special guest for this evening is Pascal Bergeron, ALF boss.
Hey.
Welcome.
Hey.
Nice to see you guys again. How you doing? Good?
Great timing.
We're good. We just got on. So
Okay.
you're not too late.
Awesome. Perfect.
So Liza, for our listeners and viewers, could you tell us a little bit about Triology?
Well, Yolanda, this has been an extremely challenging time, that we've been going through. Things have changed a lot since we last saw each other, and Pascal as well. This worldwide pandemic was something that I think no one really expected. And at Triology Home Health, we've just never stopped working to service the needs of our Medicare patients. We've taken extreme security precautions to protect both our patients and our personnel. Our Triology nurses and therapists have been working and fighting side by side with the physicians and the ALFs and the nursing homes to help their patients and residents get better. It's definitely not an easy situation, as we all know, that the world is going through, but our nurses and therapists are right there in the front line supporting the health and their patients. So we're here. We haven't stopped. So our nurses have been awesome, taking extreme security measures to take care of everybody and protect both sides.
Thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for everything you guys are doing. Pascal, thanks again for coming back on our show. It's great to have you back. For those that missed you the first time, could you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Okay. I've been operating a facility now. It's family owned for about 30 years. An assisted living facility here in Broward County. So I kind of grew up in the business, and that's pretty much all I know. And I also operate ALF Boss, which is a free resource for ALFs. We support them if they need compliance information, just all around support if they're having a bad day or whatnot. They can talk about it, and it's just a support group for ALFs.
That's great. That's wonderful. So like Liza was talking about, obviously everybody's affected by this pandemic, and we've experienced something that we haven't experienced before. It's been a challenge. Can you tell our listeners a little bit about COVID-19, how it's affected how we care for our seniors in assisted living facilities?
Sure. Whew. Do we have enough time? I hope so. Got a lot to talk about. No, it has definitely changed assisted living facilities. It's been almost 2 months now. No visitors are allowed to come to the facilities, so that's been really tough on residents. Their families can't come and visit them. Um, we feel so bad for the residents and the families also, but it is for everybody's safety. Our main thing right now is to keep less people traveling inside the buildings as possible to limit the risk and the exposure to the residents. All staff, all visitors, like home health, nurses, everybody's screened upon entering the building. Temperatures are taken. A log is kept of that. And pretty much, everybody's wearing the PPE, which is face masks and the proper protection. So that's not fun for the residents or staff either. There's like no interaction. Everybody's walking around with a mask on. It's just, there's no communal dining going on. There's no activities going on. It's just it's not a good time right now, definitely. But we are doing an amazing job as far as facilities, keeping it out of the facilities. The media, of course, only likes to report the bad, but the numbers are relatively really low. We're really proud of that. Out of 150,000 residents in the state of Florida, I think we have 0.6% of, positive cases out of all those residents. So that's not even 1%. So that's a pretty amazing job. We're pretty proud of that. And staff are tired. It's not the norm, and we're not used to it. We're used to interacting with the residents, having fun and keeping them entertained. And right now it's just a blah. Most of the residents are instructed to stay in their rooms, and it's just it's not any fun, but making the best out of it that we can, and keeping them safe. That's the main thing right now.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. So, and it's so much to handle in such a short amount of time. I think everyone, especially in assisted living facilities, have done such a great job. It's phenomenal to hear 0.6%. Is that right?
0.6. So it's not even 1%.
Exactly. So, I heard about this dreaded list. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, the list. Jeez. I don't like the list. But the list, yes, the media list, we'll call it. The media was begging for this list. They wanted the information so you can try to write stories, I guess, about positive cases. But I think it kind of backfired. The list was released, and it was nowhere near as bad as they thought it was. They thought they thought facilities were hiding something. It's not that we were hiding anything. It's just the media is looking to attack, and we just didn't have, facilities are doing the best we can. We don't have time to do media interviews and things like that. There's, positive case, things like that. But yeah, there is a list. It came out. It was a pretty rough list. It listed every facility, if they had a case, if it was a staff, if it was a resident, or if it was just somebody that happened to come down with COVID-19 and they reported that they had been in your facility at one point in time, your facility was on that list. So if I'm a family member or somebody, or I'm looking at this list, I'm like, oh my God, you have XYZ cases in your facility. That wasn't even accurate. It could have been a third party that came in that, there's no residents who had any cases. At the same time, also, people get better. And the positive cases that were positive now are not positive anymore. So when the list came out, it was like, whoa, it was very inaccurate. We had facilities on there that had no cases, or like, what am I doing on this list? Now ACAS took over the reporting. Facilities report on a daily basis, and they're asked questions. How many positive cases do you have now? Residents, staff, so the list now we're pleased now the list is more accurate. And as you can see, the media has been pretty quiet now. They're not very happy with the list as far as what they were looking for. But we're doing an amazing job. We're happy with the list, and we're very proud of what all the ALFs are doing at this time.
And I've been following ALF Boss on Facebook, and I've seen, all the community. It's really served, like I said before, we've talked about this before when we interviewed Pascal in the past on this show, how the Boss has united or given a real tool to the ALF owners, especially the smaller ALFs that really need some guidance. And especially during this time where everybody's so lost, it was something so unexpected. They look up to Pascal and not, what are you doing? And not only to Pascal, like, I think even though he's the ALF boss, everybody shares their own thing. And so everybody's learning from each other what they're doing and what's working for them and what's not working. And so everybody I have seen that is really taking this seriously, they're following the protocol, and they're doing the best they can to keep their residents, as safe as possible. So I really kudos to Pascal, because I think it's a great job. I don't know why somebody didn't think about this before, but it's was something really needed, and he's provided the platform to do that for the ALFs.
Thank you so much.
That's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing.
And when this came out, this is new to everybody, this COVID thing. Nobody was ready for it. Nobody knew much about it. Nobody had these supplies. This is all new. So information was changing on a daily basis, and that's what. At the beginning, it was like a bit of panic, and things were changing. We were getting new things to follow from the state on a daily basis. Now things are, leveled out. Everybody knows what they're supposed to do. Everybody's got supplies, and so hopefully we're on the good path right now to get hopefully back to normal. I don't see us back to normal for another 2 months at least, I believe. And I still see the mask probably being worn, moving forward even after 2 months. It's just, I don't know how you give the all clear for this thing. It's just, I don't know how you can do that. And these frail elderly, they're very vulnerable to it, and, we have to keep it away from them. So the general population, I don't even know how that's going to turn out. You're probably wearing masks out and about for a while, and it's just, how do you give the all clear? I'm not a medical, but I think that's a tough call to make.
On that note, we're gonna take a short commercial break. You're listening to your Hometown Health Show, and we'll be right back.
Triology was established in 2016 by industry experts with over 30 years in home health care operations spanning 30-plus counties throughout the state of Florida. With offices in Jacksonville, Port St. Lucie, West Palm Beach, we strive to provide the most optimal care to our patients in a fun, forward-thinking environment. Our focus is on personal relationships, whether with an employee, a patient, or an outside community. Because we know that when people enjoy what they do, it becomes why they do it. Call Triology today at 954-689-6660 and ask for more information. In addition to offering the standard mix of services, SN, PT, OT, speech, MSW, and HHA, we also take great pride in being on the cutting edge and offering care and education to our licensed clinicians in other areas most agencies likely don't offer. Emotional and behavioral health with our psych nursing, biofeedback for bladder incontinence and pelvic pain, chemotherapy, IV hydration, antibiotic and respiratory therapy. Call today at 954-689-6660. Triology Home Care. You have been listening to the Triology Home Health Show, and if you wish to be a guest on our show, please call us at 561-670-9213 and let us share your knowledge and information with our listeners. Triology Home Health Care Show enjoys serving the community and bringing doctors and facilities of interest to help educate and inform the community. Please call us at 561-670-9213 and let us put you on the airwaves with the Triology Home Health Show.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome back. You are listening to your Hometown Health Show, and I'm Yolanda Santana, your host. Again, as our special guest, we have Pascal Bergeron of ALF Boss, and we have Liza May from Triology Home Health, our sponsor. We were just discussing, of course, and we were just discussing COVID-19 and obviously how everyone is being affected and how the assisted living facilities are toughing it out and doing very well, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really pleased with the success so far. I can't say it enough. The numbers are really low. they stepped up to the plate. I mean, they did what they were supposed to do. We took precautions, and I mean, I can't say it enough. They did an amazing job. I'm very proud of everybody. There's a lot of work left to do, but they're up to the task. They're really tired. Everybody's tired. Everybody's had enough. Everybody's tired of wearing masks. Faces are breaking out. But got to do what we got to do. So we keep on going.
Yeah.
Small sacrifice. Yeah, for sure. So what advice can you give our listeners who may have loved ones in assisted living facilities and can't visit?
Well, a lot of residents, what they're doing, facilities are providing the service is like FaceTiming, iPad. We have iPads, things like that. They can chat that way. A lot of residents have their own phones. They've been, communicating through phone. But right now, I suggest using the technology that's available out there. That's the best thing, face to face that you're going to come close to, other than a face to face encounter. Like I said, I'm looking at another 30 days at least till they lift that visitor ban, and then from there there'll probably be a lot of restrictions, as far as the wearing the proper mask and things like that. But we've been doing our best as far as keeping the residents entertained, coming up with different activities, individual activities, things like that. Because group activities right now, we just can't do it, having everybody in the same space at the same time. But families, some of them, I know it's been very tough on them, but they've been very understanding. They know we have a big task at hand, and they don't want their loved one to get ill with this virus. So they've been, abiding by the rules, and that's been key, for us to work together, and everybody understands the situation. So, but as restrictions start getting lifted up, I think some are going to get a little antsy and want to come on down to the facilities, but they're still not allowed. The governor stated that the other day. So we'll see the next couple of weeks. That might be a little tension there, but we'll work it out for sure.
Yeah, I also wanted to add in terms of Triology Home Health. We are, as like I mentioned before, we are continue to service our patients like we used to in the past. We are taking like we do ask certain questions to make sure, what the situation, COVID questions, if they've traveled and all those things. But we go in there when it's necessary, but we also do virtual visits, which Medicare covers, which is also a good way. For example, if it's a patient that has a wound, the nurse can take a look at it, doesn't necessarily have to go in every time. So that is also an extremely helpful tool during this difficult time. And I just, remember that because Pascal was talking about, the families FaceTiming, the virtual visit kind of thing. So we're also doing that. It's not the only thing we do. Obviously, we take the precautions if we need to get into the ALF or into the home. Our nurses are completely, with their mask and all the gear that they need to. But we also are doing virtual visits if necessary. We only go in there when it is necessary to see the patient firsthand.
All right. So, Pascal, for sure. Did you want to add something?
Yeah, and we've been being creative. We've been having drive-by family parades. A lot of facilities that they've been doing that, spacing out the residents in front of the facility, and the families have been driving by, making posters and things like that. And that's been really cool. A lot of facilities have been doing that. A lot of online videos on Facebook, to kind of keep it around. But it's been a really rough thing. But the ALF community has together and been very creative and made the best of a really bad situation. So.
Yeah, they're doing really well. How can someone reach you if they have any questions pertaining to tonight's show?
If they want to reach out to me, they can find me on Facebook, ALF Boss. They can reach out anytime. I'm always available on there. That's life for me now. But or they can go to the website alfboss.com. You can also reach out to Triology. They can always help you guys also with any kind of questions regarding medical treatments and things like that. Sure.
And yourself, Liza?
It's the same. Where We're readily available. I'm very easy to get a hold of. If our offices are operating normally, we do starts of care. We can even do starts of care the same day if needed, but or the next day. We do starts of care in the weekend. We're just operating normally, just taking the precautions to keep everybody safe, to keep the patients safe, the residents safe, the personnel safe, everybody that's in the ALF or the family members that are in there. If anybody needs to reach out to me, my phone number is 305-794-4241. And I can serve as a liaison, getting in touch with the company. And if they have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer. And what I don't know, I'll find out as fast as I can.
Have either of you known anyone or been affected by someone with COVID-19?
We've had a few scares.
Yeah.
I know people that that have had family members that have passed, but I don't and thank God directly. No. And it's really hard. In my case, I can't see my mom or my dad. I can't really contact them. They don't live in the state, but I can't just get on a plane and travel and go see them. So, what about you, Pascal?
Like in the business, I'm friends with a lot of facilities. I have heard of patients, who have come down with it. Personally, my family, not directly, no, thank God. I do have most of my family's up in Canada, and they've had it pretty bad up there. As far as facilities and things like that, it's been pretty bad up there. But
Yeah.
good as we can. I was told that this was going to be like a pre-Cinco de Mayo party.
No.
No.
Did you bring any? Where's your sombrero?
No.
I got my sombrero.
No, today's the 4th. Today's the 4th.
Tomorrow.
May the 4th. And then tomorrow is the Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah. So I wanted. I know. Yeah, I know. I
did want to clarify before we closed. I'm not sure if I was clear about the virtual visits. The virtual visit does not substitute the regular visit. The patient is always going to have a regular visit, but it is a tool that we use in some circumstances. But it does not mean that we do virtual visits every time. It's, we have live staff still working really hard. Just wanted to add that just in case. So where are we celebrating tomorrow?
Well, I wanted to add, I know there's a lot of people seriously, but my boyfriend's father passed away a few weeks, well, actually almost a month ago now, and he got sick on a Thursday and then died on a Sunday. So that's how fast it can happen, and people don't take it seriously.
Oh wow! Sorry. So it did affect you directly, in a way.
Yeah, in a way.
It's very fast.
Just be careful and wear your masks is what I say to everyone that I meet and come across, and just take extra precautions still.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And for a while to come, for sure. Definitely.
Yeah, I don't feel like we should, even though the state is now starting to get a little more, okay, let's open up the beaches, let's do all that. Like, I take my own precautions. Because I don't trust it. There's like a second wave coming in other parts of the world. And we can't just trust that just because the state says we can do something. And I know that's our time, but yeah, we need to be safe.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. Your Hometown Health Show. Thanks again, Triology.
Thank you all, VLS. You're doing an amazing job. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Triology Home Healthcare invites you to call our offices before making a decision about your home health and rehabilitative care. Different from other agencies, Triology offers specialized service that other agencies don't, providing exceptional care. That's who we are and what we do. Call us at 866-599-4959 or go to trilogyhomehealthcare.com.